what's up, everybody? That's another fun offering of Klamtucky Bourbon Boys. What you got for us today there, sir?
Oh, what's going on? I'm Mike. That's Dave. And today we are going to make our best attempt at what is called a paper airplane. So we got this, I would say 75% accurate to the true recipe. The true recipe calls for an ingredient called Amoro Nonino.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, which is surprisingly difficult to come by here in Oregon. And I was assured by a young lady in a liquor store in California when I was there about a week and a half ago that the Luxardo Marischino, which is this tall bottle with the bindings on it, would be an adequate and appropriate substitute. I've since found out that it's not necessarily the case, but due to our commitment to you folks, we are going to press on. I am going to make said cocktail with that, and whether it's we've had paper airplanes before, and it's a great, refreshing drink. And whether or not this one is great, we're going to pretend it is for your sake.
I believe it's just called a paper plane.
What did I call it?
Paper airplane?
Oh, yeah, it's just a paper plane. My bad.
No.
Getting a little technical, I suppose. So we're going to be using the old Granddad 114. Little proof to carry it over. We have as I mentioned, the Luxardo and Aperol and lemon juice. And the recipe is actually fairly simple. So you do equal parts of each, which the recipe calls for 3/4 ounce of each because I'm making 2 of them at a time. Obviously, I'll double that, so it'll be 1.5 ounces of each part in our shaker, and then it is to be served in a coupe glass, so sparing no expense for your entertainment pleasure. We went out and we got some of these Williams-Sonoma ribbed coupe glasses, which are actually quite fancy, but my wife did not seem to approve of them when she saw them.
It looks like a bird feeder. You better get something going in that thing.
All right. Well, so with no further...
So you're saying that they're expanding it. You want 8 ounces. Do this whole thing in
8 ounces?
8 ounces. Yeah.
No, it's 3/4 of an ounce.
But I'm just saying if you're expanding, you could just 8 ounces the whole.
Do gallons.
Well, you need a bigger real lemon thing.
Yeah, I need a bigger glass. All right. So, come on now. See if I'm capable of opening this up. So, some ice in a shaker. And graduated jigger. Conveniently, this one is graduated at 1 3/4 ounces, which is sufficient for both of our drinks.
That's the one that got me in trouble. We spoke on this in another episode, but yeah, we got. Might as well.
What happened?
We'll cross-pollinate again. So we were camping one time, and this fine fellow brings out he has a whole, I don't know what you want to call it, traveler's set.
Oh the traveling bar set.
Yeah, but it had the shaker and the jigger measuring cup, and he's got a strainer and spoons and so much more. Tweezer, ice.
If I'm not
tweezers.
Mistaken, I think I got you bartending set as well for your camping.
You did, and
right.
So before there was
you
a
get all
lull
pretentious on me,
and maybe that's why you bought me one. Anyway, so I was making Kentucky teas on said camping trip, and I messed up. I messed up I messed up. So my measure at home, they have I guess it's a. So if that's 2 ounces, what's your small side?
So this is 1 ounce on the current bottom side.
Okay.
2 ounces on the top side.
So mine was the 1.5 ounce. I'm used to that way. So I was making Kentucky teas, and about 2 hours later, there was something going on.
The whole camp was trashed.
Yeah, yes. To put it lightly, yes. So we get home and trying to figure this out. Yeah, so I was making basically doubles the whole trip, just because they were delicious.
Yeah, in all fairness, they were fantastic. But
And after
when you got 4 ounces of...
Yeah. After 2, you don't really care. So
I didn't really care after the first one. So.
Yeah.
Well, continue, sir.
Yeah. No, that was basically it. So that's our oopsie moment. Did you get everything?
I got everything.
Oh, see, you're already done.
Oh,
So yeah, we're using Granddad 114 today, which.
Move this. Well, why don't you bring me on camera over here?
Boop.
So I don't think we've shared these yet on this channel, but we've got the official Klamtucky Bourbon Boyz stickers, and we'll be finding ways to get those out. If you're local, they are available down at the Coop establishment bar, but we'll be finding ways to get these out to you folks as well. So stay tuned. We got a bunch of them, and we'll be getting them out.
Can you turn these down?
So.
A weird little. Hey, that's better.
All right, so we'll give her a little shake here.
But wait, is it just that easy, Mike?
It is
Tell us more.
I'm sorry. I wish there was more to it. Hopefully, if we had the Amoro Nonino, I would be 100% confident this is going to be a delicious drink. Not having that exact thing, the color's right. Look at that.
The color's right.
It's beautiful.
And I have to say, just because I'm like that, if you took the time and squeezed the lemons and did fresh juice, that would probably. But hey, in a studio and
It's real lemon.
Yeah, I get it.
I know what you're saying. So, which would you? So I mispoured. There's inequalities here.
Whatever.
All right, you big sissy. So
it smells
color-wise, that's what you're looking at. That is a proper paper plane. Now we'll see taste-wise.
Close.
It's close. There's a little bit more of the aromatics from the Luxardo in there. Pick that out right away.
A little cherry heavy.
Yeah. I did not realize until doing some research for this, they actually use the whole cherry tree, not just the fruit. The whole cherry tree is somehow pulverized, juiced, and converted into what's in this bottle. So it's not awful. It's not as good as a Amoro Nonino paper plane.
Reminds me of Fargo with the wood chipper.
What you doing, Norm? Yeah, this has got a very distinct, very aromatic cherry flavor to it. It's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
But proper ingredients make all the difference in the world.
So that fake kind of cherry flavor, I don't mind real cherries, or like even the old fashioned bougie cherries, or whatever you want to call it. But it's that fake. Whee!
Well, apparently my shaker's happy with it.
The fake cherry flavor is what
but it's not. That's the thing. That's what's weird. I get what you're saying.
So like a cherry lifesaver.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And maybe like with a cherry lifesaver with some pine needles thrown in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a distinctive flavor. So unfortunately, again, it's a great cocktail.
We're gonna have to have round 2, because my fix for that would be to over pour just slightly on the Aperol, and under pour.
And leave this crap out.
No, just under pour just a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
I bet you that would be. I bet you that would be closer because the flavor is. I think you said the 75 before you poured it, huh? I think you're about 75% there.
Yeah.
Because if you just said here drink, I would, and it's enjoyable. If you know what the paper plane is,
it's not it.
It's not it.
Yeah.
It's like the plane flew and hit the nose on the ground and trying to fly it again. And
it's like the little styrofoam planes you used to get when you're a kid that you had to punch out of.
Yeah.
It's an imitation plane, but it's not horrible. It definitely won't go to waste. I definitely will not be making them again with that.
Oh, I'm making round 2, and I'm gonna do it with.
All right. In doing some research, there's actually a lot of cocktail recipes with the Luxardo Marischino with gin, and I can kind of see that with the aromatic flavors that are coming off of this. I can see that kind of working with a gin, maybe.
So I got it. I'm gonna try something here. We're gonna be right back with.
Please stand by while Dave changes his underwear.
The new version.
All right. And we're back.
Yeah, look at that.
All right. So Dave is he's playing Master Chemist here. He's reconstituting this into what hopefully is a better cocktail because honestly, that Luxardo, it might be the right ingredient for some. It's a bit overbearing for this one. So it's still in here, but he used about half of what the recipe would call for. And standard fare, regular quantities for the Aperol, the bourbon.
No, the Aperol was about 2 ounces.
Oh, okay. So a little over on the Aperol, substantially under on the Luxardo Marischino. And then standard quantities for the 114 or the bourbon and the lemon. Okay, gotcha. So,
and you guys are the blind or the real reaction, I guess. So here we go again. Let's see how many we got this time.
I mean, this is kind of a real world thing because not every time do you have the exact ingredients to make a cocktail that you might want to have or somebody requests. So we're going to find out right now. Can you improvise? Cheers.
Man, that thing, you still get that cherry out of that.
Wow. It's better.
I'm not disappointed.
No, I don't hate that. There is just something in that Luxardo that aromatic, I don't know how to put it. There is something in the Luxardo that just filters its way up into your sinuses.
See, I don't get that. It's just overbearing cherry lifesaver. I don't get the whole sinus.
No, you're not getting that going up there?
No, it is.
All right. Well,
but if you served me that and said that's a paper plane, I would be down for that. That's not.
Yeah, I would have questions about what did you use, but I wouldn't hate that as much as the previous one that I made. Because that honestly, the first sip wasn't too bad, but once we got into it a little bit.
So if you want the correction, 2 servings, ounce and a half of bourbon, ounce and a half of lemon juice, as right to the brim, two full, I'll call it 2 full ounces of Aperol, and man, 3/4. I don't think that was your jigger was calibrated that low, but yeah, 3/4, maybe an ounce of Aperol or the Luxardo. That's just overpowering.
Yeah, it's calibrated down to half ounce.
Yeah, but no, I was using the big side.
Oh well, there you go. So my
This ain't bad.
no, it's not. It's not.
It's fixable.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that you brought 114 proof, I might consider trying it again with leaving the Luxardo out completely and just doing the Aperol, bourbon, and lemon juice.
I'm a simple guy, I guess. I don't mind. The 114 is a good bourbon.
It is. It is. But it's also, if we're going to do 3 iterations, it's a lot of proof.
I had to drive all the way to Roseburg just to get that bottle, man. I'm saying.
You had to drive half a mile to bring it here.
Jared, I don't know what I don't know what to call you. The necessary evil. When I go to the liquor store and try to get old granddad bonded, and the lady says, "Oh, it's out," I'm like, "Who buys that?" I'm like,
that guy that
I
has that
have one
bar.
guess who bought that, and thank you, not thank you, sorry, not sorry. I knew who it was.
Yeah, I still can't find 114 locally.
Well, no, not the 114. I'm just saying.
Oh, well,
the bonded.
Oh, really?
I went to the liquor store to get OGD bonded. And she said, I don't have any. I'm like, you always have it. Somebody bought it all. I'm like, I'll give you one guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but on that same note, I want to get the Amoro Nonino, which is the proper ingredient instead of this Luxardo stuff. And yeah, there's one guy in town that buys it, and he buys it by the case, and he has it in his bar. And I tried really hard to drop some hints, but yeah, I had a few cocktails with him earlier today, and
I saw your bill, sir. I saw it.
Well, yeah. So that being said, I'm gonna have to get the $80 bottle of Amoro Nonino to make this properly, and we will revisit this cocktail down the road once we have the right ingredients for it. But I had kind of been wanting to do this. I believe I promised it on the previous episode, so it was time to do it. And again, I was assured by the.
I'm totally happy with that.
I'm not. I don't hate it. It's not a paper plane. It's 75. It's 80% now. Maybe 85% paper.
I only got 5% on that, man.
All right, I'll give you 85. So I'll give you 10%.
I'll win that.
But it's better. I still, I don't know. You guys don't care if we're a little buzzed, right? Maybe we go back and revisit. We hit the pause button one more time.
Oh.
And we do it minus the Luxardo 100%. And so we go with the Aperol, the bourbon, and the lemon juice. Shake it up and see what we get. You down? I mean, you have a job. I know you have responsibilities and stuff. So I'm not. So we filmed this on Tuesday. Okay, it's a weeknight. I'm retired. I don't really care. I respect. He's got to go to work in the morning, so I'll leave it up to him. We gonna do this or what?
All right, guys. Take 3.
All right. So hold tight, and we will be back in just a second, and we will do it without the Luxardo at all.
Alrighty.
And we're back. All right.
Sorry for that pause there. So, what was your fix there?
So I left the Luxardo out completely. So this is the bourbon, which happens to be the old Granddad 114, 3/4 of an ounce, or ounce and 3/4, ounce and a half. That's it. I told you we're going to be drinking. Third iteration is a challenge, but we got it. We're here. So ounce and a half of 114, ounce and a half of the Aperol, and an ounce and a half of the real lemon. Shaken, not stirred. It's a Bond thing.
That's going to be a pretty color.
Oh.
All right.
A little for you. A little for me. I mean, who doesn't like watching, who doesn't appreciate a couple guys enjoying some cocktails? Huh? A couple bros. All right. So this is Luxardo free. This is straight up deliciousness.
You threw out a couple names for this guy. What did you say?
You know what? In an appreciation of our local air base. This is 25% of the ingredients are now gone from this. So it's a whole different cocktail. Wait, what do you think? You took a sip.
I did. I cheated. It needs something. It
needs a trip through my liver.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
It need, I think, a dash of simple syrup. Oh God. I had a name for this. I'm not even going to bring it up because it's not that it's horrible. Stick your finger in there. 2.
You going to tell that story?
We're going to call that the shocker. So it does need a little something. I apologize. We should have had the right ingredients. We opted to go ahead and pursue this without the right ingredients.
Yeah, but if you can Google the recipe, I mean, paper planes are pretty common. If you do Google it, there are substitutions for everything in there. I mean, lemon juice, whatever, Luxardo, Aperol.
I would not neglect the Aperol because that is just that's.
Well, and you can't. This is nothing. This is close. If you didn't have a real paper plane, I guess, at said establishment, and then somebody gave you the, hey, drink this at a party or whatever, this is good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's just not the paper plane you're looking for.
It's dry. It's really dry.
It is dry.
Yeah. So I would think maybe a half ounce of simple syrup in there.
Well, and see that
would bring that to life.
I'm not saying you're not on nothing, so that might be a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to come up with a name at that point.
I have a name.
Oh,
but I'm not gonna throw it out yet.
It's not the one you were calling this one.
Well, we have a base that's local, an air base.
We do.
And there's a certain airplane that flies in and out of that base. And if I can get this narrowed down to a cocktail that's tasty, something that you could actually enjoy, then I've got the name for it. But I don't want to, degrade or whatever the aircraft if I don't have the right mix to deserve the name. So we'll wait and see what happens.
So the lesson on this one is
don't buy that Luxardo crap if you want to make paper planes.
If you're looking for a paper plane that you know of, do not substitute the Amoro Nonino for the Luxardo. Yeah, bottom line, it's just not. I'll even give I was saying you can make artisanal or fresh squeezed lemon juice. That part's okay. It's just that even with that little drizzle I put in there, that was not set amount.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's just not right. Soon as that touches.
And in having a few drinks earlier with our friend that owns a bar locally, it doesn't have to be Amoro Nonino. There are several iterations of Amoro that are out there. Each one is a satisfactory replacement for Nonino, but Amoro Nonino is the actual requested or that's the ingredient that's part of the recipe. That being said, there are several other versions of Amoros out there that aren't Noninos that are adequate replacements. And speaking with him and the bartender at the coop. So
it makes me want to learn, what is that, Italian or whatever, just to figure out, because Nonino, I don't know why I'm thinking black.
That's the uncle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Nonino. Nino.
Nino. Well, that's Spanish, though.
Well, it's Portuguese as well.
Oh. All right, well.
Because I am a Nino myself. That being, yeah. If I'm. I am. Yeah. So,
all right, guys. Well,
we gave it our best shot.
We crashed this plane today. I think this is it for us. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even drinking that.
You're not?
Nope.
All right. Well, that's a shame. I'm drinking mine, but I didn't pour that Luxardo crap in mine, so it's not bad. It's dry. but it's not horrible. I think a little simple syrup will fix it. We will revisit this in a few episodes, and we'll let you know what we come up with. But in the meantime, make sure the paper plane, go to your local reputable bartender and ask for a paper plane. It's a great cocktail, especially this time of year when it's hot outside.
Yep.
Very refreshing. Typically not a large drink. If you're looking for, you're not going to get that, I don't know, margarita, daiquiri kind of serving out of it. It is for lack of a better word, a petite cocktail. So, but it's good. And I've always been the guy that I don't care if it's feminine looking or what color the drink is or if it has an umbrella. If it tastes good, it tastes good. Don't bow down to that pressure of, oh, I need to drink straight whiskey or whiskey on the rocks or whatever. No, you know what, man? There's a lot of great cocktails out there that may not fit the masculinity description, but they're good. So, you know, don't be afraid. Go out and enjoy your bourbons and your cocktails, and let us know what you like. Besides a paper plane, what do you guys like for a bourbon cocktail, especially this time of year? You know, there's a heat wave here on the West Coast, so 90s, 100s, all up and down the West Coast. A good refreshing cocktail is nice to have. What do you guys like? And it doesn't even have to be bourbon, preferably, but it doesn't have to be. Let us know what you like.
Well, and on that note, you make a delicious pina colada because you do a little secret to that thing. So we're gonna break off this thing. Maybe steer that choo-choo train off to the side.
All right, might not be the Bourbon Boys next week, huh?
Yeah.
Might be the Rum Boys.
There you go.
Or the Tequila Boys. Or might just be, you know, flat on our face.
We gave a warning at some point on the show that we like to derail, and
yes.
I think it's time.
I think it's time for a derailment. You're right.
After this plane crash, we might as well derail a train.
Yeah. Well, the plane just crashed. We're going to derail the train, then we'll come back with a properly operating train in a few weeks. So bear with us. But how about this? It's summertime. We're going to come at you with some summertime recipes.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week.
Thumbs up, please.